Welcome everyone to part 4 of the Lego Lamborghini Countach build. If you've missed everything that I've done so far, this is the set in question that we're working on. I use any chance I can to show this off because it's a beaut. It's a beaut, Clark. I could say that. Here's what we got so far. I've live streamed every part of this build, even the mistakes and even the ones you guys have helped me correct, which is, I guess, a huge benefit of live streaming because then you're not messing things up, right? It's good. Today, bag 7, this is going to build a little bit of the back end of the Lambo. As it stands right now, we put the engine in yesterday, and there's just a whole lot of nothingness around that. So that's what we're going to be fixing here in today's stream. If you're watching this live, welcome. If you're watching in the future, let me know what the future is like. Give me the lottery numbers if you're watching in the future. Whatever you got. Tell me the secrets. There probably will be someone that watches this like years from now and they'll be like, Greg, if you only knew. If you knew all the amazing things that were gonna happen, I'll be like, do tell. But I need the information now. It doesn't help me if I have it at the same time that you do. I need you to come back in time. We have something to do that with. We have a tool for that. It's right down here. Could we pull it off? Get in the DeLorean? I don't know. I saw it in a movie once. I think it was a documentary, actually. It was called Back to the Future. Great documentary. Check that one out. Anyways, bag 7. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Good afternoon. Is it afternoon? Sugar Shack. Today is getting away from me. I spent this morning writing out envelopes. Our Patreon has a photo of the month club, and there's about 20 active participants in it each month, where they pick one of like 3 photos that I chose out of my camera roll to share. And what I do is I ask them which one of the 3 that they want. Sometimes there's more. They pick which one they want, and then I print out like physical copies of all these photos. Then I write out envelopes. I put those photos inside thank you cards, and then I mail them out. So I spent my whole morning kind of doing that, and it's fun. It's fun to see like which of my photos actually hit. Kind of on my way to becoming a professional photographer, maybe. I don't know if I'd go that far, but it's kind of fun. In this case, the one that did the best, I think I probably still have it on my phone. In fact, I can show it to you if you want to see it. I think it got over 50% of the votes. Let me see if I can bring it up here for you so you can see it. Please hold. It was this one right here. Right there. Clark Man sitting in front of the Lion Knights Castle. Our greatest accomplishment of Thanksgiving break 2024. That's the one that people wanted the most, was that one. So that was the winner. And then there was a few other ones too, but it's fun to see like the choices. So though, if you're a Patreon attacker, they'll be going out in the mail. In fact, they're in the mailbox right now. But that's for November. I feel like the December ones are gonna be like Christmas related. So I'm not too worried about photos yet. But I think getting like an epic photo of Clark Man in front of the Christmas tree with all the stuff that Santa delivers would be kind of fun. And we always take that photo anyway. So that'll probably be the hit of the December photo of the month club. But if you want to join that, I'm going to make my own ad right here. We have a link to Patreon. It might be down below. Is it? Yeah, it sure is. You can join. It's called Greg's Extras. And there is our sponsor of the day. Much better than the like Squarespace. What are all the ads that I see on every YouTube video? Squarespace, BetterHelp. I don't know. That's the only ones I can think of off the top of my head. I pay for YouTube Premium, so I don't have to watch ads, but then those sponsorships come in and I'm just like, Raid Shadow Legends. Yeah, that's one that I'm missing. Ugh. Does anyone even, Raycon? I've seen Raycon like headphones or something. What else? It's always the same group of things. In fact, Cody was listening to Pandora the other day, like Pandora Radio. I don't think anyone actually listens to Pandora anymore because everyone does Spotify. But they had an ad for BetterHelp, and I'm like, what is this, a YouTube video? Oh, VPNs. Yeah, NordVPN, always one. Yeah. I don't know, dude. Like, it's much. Let me show you the layout here if you want to see the colors. What are you doing over there? We got some colors in here. We got some oranges and some reds and some yellows, none of which you'll ever see once the build's done. We, of course, have blacks. And then I even saw, look at that. It's a printed Lego piece. Has the world ever seen anything more beautiful than a set that doesn't have any stickers? Even that, like, I'm shocked That right there is not a stickered piece, and it feels like it would be, but I'm so thankful that it's not. At least I'm hoping that it's not, because I did not come across a sticker sheet. So thank you, Lego. I mean, I know we paid a premium for this. This is, I think, $180. Probably should be $150, I think would be fair. And 20% off, as I like to roll, would be even fairer, more fair. But yeah, with some gift with purchases to offset the cost. Like I sold that record player for like $35 or $40 or something. I was happy to get that because I wasn't going to do anything with it. I'm good with that. Like there's ways that you can, like if you want to complain about Lego prices and stuff, which it's, you know, we all do, I suppose. You can offset that a little bit by selling gift with purchases and using VIP points or insiders points or whatever they're called these days. You can do that. And it's not so bad that way. Lego are remaking the Lego Classic Space Blacktron Renegade. I didn't really have any Blacktrons growing up. I did have the gift with purchase that Lego did. Was it last year? It was one of those Blacktron ships. The ones that I had, what were, I had M-Tron, because that was like 1993, 94, I think I had those, or one of them at least. And then I had some of the, what are the ones with like the black and green on them? I had some of those. Are those Blacktron? I don't know. I didn't have a whole lot of Lego space. I felt like I was too late for regular Lego space and then like too poor to have anything good. I really wanted the monorail. I would have, like if my parents could have afforded that, that would have been glorious. I was showing Clark some old Lego stuff. In fact, I have some advertisements from the 90s that I should probably share on my channel because somebody would probably like to look through all those. It's a whole pile of them. And I was like, oh, that's so neat. Clark was enjoying going through, and it felt to me like the golden age of Lego. But if you were to look at the set designs, like if you look at what we have here, this set right here, and then you look at these sets that I'm like hyping up from my childhood, most normal people would be like, yeah, I'm gonna have to go with the new sets. But there is some charm in classic Lego. You gotta have some respect for the old days, man. Maybe I'm just old myself, I don't know. But I do like old Lego. And there's a little side piece that's going on the back. We're kind of filling in, if you're just tuning in, we're filling in the rear of the Lambo. Can I say that? Can I say we won't go there. Chat, clip that. Okay, where's my piece for this? And if you're keeping up with things here, we're on bag 7 out of 11. So I got to figure out how we're going to finish this. I might keep bag 11 a mystery, and you'll come in at the very end in the video and see it finish, because it's kind of like I got to keep a surprise a little bit. So maybe today we'll do 7 and 8, and then tomorrow we'll do 9 and 10, and then I'll finish that bag, and then I'll put the video out, because I've been documenting this the whole way. Of course, Clark and I finished the tuxedo cat this morning, and I got my dream photo. In fact, that might be the photo of the month for next month. Picture of Mellow Cat with the tuxedo cat. It's gonna be the thumbnail of the video. I think you guys are really gonna love it, especially if you follow our vlog channel and stuff. We got a Mellow Cat spotting. I brought her in, and she posed for the photo, which was all great, but then she realized that there was a box on the table. And she proceeded to go inside that box and stayed in there pretty much the whole time that I was doing the Patreon photo of the month stuff. And then eventually she came out, but it was pretty funny. It's like, cannot resist. Cats cannot resist a good Lego box, or any box for that matter. She fit in there. They always do. I am very close. Actually, we might already be there. I was talking to Mrs. Brickitect, or she was mentioning about maybe us getting another cat, an indoor cat. Mellow Cat can never be inside. People always ask, like, why isn't Mellow inside? She's always been an outside cat, and she doesn't even want to be inside. Like she'll come in and snoop around sometimes, but she prefers it out there, especially with her heated house. She hangs out inside that. But I was thinking about going to the SPCA and adopting like the nicest, snuggliest cat that they have. Like, I don't care if it's not a kitten. I'm more interested. You guys want to see more of the build over here? As opposed to getting a kitten, I'm more interested in getting a cat that's just like super sweet. I don't care if it's older. In fact, it'd be better probably, because then we could adopt it and save it, because older animals have a harder time of getting adopted. But then again, you get an older animal, you have less time with them, which is sad, but I don't know, like we might pull that off. I don't know if we want to do that with Roxy still around, because that's going to disrupt her a little bit. And she's an old lady right now, so I don't know if she wants to get involved in all that. But I don't know if we're going to jump back into another dog anytime soon, but a cat would be nice. I also would like some fish and a bird too. But I like what's holding me back with these pets and these animals that I would love to get, because I just love animals so darn much, is I also want to do some traveling. And if you want to travel and you have animals, it puts a burden onto other people to have to take care of them while you're gone. So I don't know. I don't know if I should just get all the traveling out of our system and then do that, or what we should do. But if I had a bird, I already have its name picked out and everything. Can you imagine like a bird just standing here on my table with me? It'd be so cool. Been a while, I'm not watching you. Why not? Welcome. I'm glad you're back. I get that message for sometimes. People are like, I haven't watched in forever. And I'm just like, where you been? Thanks for coming back. It's a long time to have a Lego channel. Like, as long as we've been going on this and consistently producing content, it's entire generations for some people, which is crazy to think. Like, there was a kid that came into the chat yesterday. I guess not a kid anymore because he's 20. And he was talking about how our videos kind of made up his childhood. He's been watching since 2017. So it's a long time. And I look at Clark Man and his viewing habits. And, you know, 3 months from now, like, he doesn't really subscribe to much, but he gets like hardcore interested in like certain channels. And then just as quickly he's on to the next thing. So for someone to stick around that long is, I think, kind of unheard of on YouTube. And I'm kind of like that too. Like, there's channels I come across that I'm just like, I binge their content. I'm sure you've had ones like that. And then like you subscribe and it's the greatest thing you've ever seen and you love it. And then like after a while you find yourself not really watching the content anymore because maybe like your tastes have changed, or maybe they're doing something different from what you originally subscribed for. And that's totally fine. It's just the natural course of things. But it's always cool to see peeps come back, especially ones that just come back to check on like, oh, Clark Man, he's a grown-up now. It's kind of cool. And time sure flies, and you never see it more than when you're watching these videos. It just is like, phew. Bro went from being a toddler to being almost 10 years old, just like that. In fact, his birthday is like 2 weeks from now. Today's the 18th. I guess a little bit more than that. My birthday's 10 days from now, so I guess his is about 2 weeks. We have very close birthdays. Mine's at the end of December, Clark's is at the beginning of January, which is, if you're gonna pick your birthday, which I know you can't do in most cases, pick a time that's not right around Christmas or right around New Year's. It's not ideal. But as I always say, you can't really choose these things, so we just go with it. It especially sucks when you're a kid, I feel like. When you're an adult, it's not a huge deal. When you're a kid, like, Christmas happens, speaking in my case, you know, Christmas happens. Anyone else have any birthdays that are around the end of the year, beginning of the year? You have Christmas, and then it's like 3 days later, it's your birthday, and everyone's already celebrated out. You already got a bunch of gifts, ideally, and then it's just like, oh, there's my birthday. So I always dreamed of having like a summer birthday. Like, I'm jealous of people that have birthdays in like June, because then you get to have a birthday party that's like a summer birthday party. So you have like a pool party, you can get together at the park. When your birthday is the day after New Year's Day and everyone's going back to work and everyone's miserable because now Christmas is over and it's just like the cold days of January are waiting for you, not ideal. But what can you do, right? Hey, DB, welcome, man. Got us on the background this morning. All right, man. Thanks for tuning in. Hopefully I can keep something interesting for you to listen to while I'm working here. That's how I like doing live streams too. I'm trying to like get a good shot here, dude. It's not great. Let's try to do this. I'll get you I kind of like the first person shot is kind of sick. Like, we'll just put this on the side like that. We got a whole fender. If I can put it on one-handed. I feel like this wants to fall off. Okay, you guys balance here. Can we balance you? And then we'll put the fender piece on if it wants to go on. Yeah, it does. Just do that, and there you go. We officially have a back fender on the Lambo. This is going to be really cool when we put those the fenders over it. I guess that's a quarter panel, maybe. I don't know. Like, that's a fender. I guess they're all fenders, whatever. I got that part done. Let's move on and probably do the same thing all over again. My birthday's in June. Only time it sucked was during the years when you took exams at school. My birthday fell right in the middle of the exam season. That's when you just skip the exams, right? You're just like, sorry, it's my birthday. I can't do it. We're usually well out of school by, well, I guess it depends when your birthday is. If it's very early in June, sometimes we're still in school, but we're usually out by like, the latest is like the 11th or 12th. So I guess you could have a birthday that falls during school time. So I'm going to switch mine and say, if you had a birthday anytime in the summer with the exception of when you're still in school or when you go back to school. So like late June, anytime in July outside of 4th of July, because that would probably steal your thunder, or August at any point would be a grand time to have a birthday. I think the most common birthday month, I saw this on, I think it's called Data is Beautiful. It's a subreddit. I think the most common birthday month is September, which you wouldn't think that there would be a one time more than any other that would be more common. But if you look back 9 months before September, you can start to figure out exactly what's going on there. Like if you look at December and what might be happening the December leading up to that following September, then you start getting an inkling as to why those dates might be higher. Also find it interesting, like there was a whole heat map of all the birthdays. And there's very few births on days that are holidays, like Christmas Day, New Year's Day, because people that are scheduling the births, like C-sections and stuff, they of course don't want to have their kid have a birthday and doctors don't want to be there probably on December 25th or January 1st. So those get scheduled off of those days and then messes with the normal course of order that happens through natural births. So it's I don't know, I think it's kind of fascinating that, there is some choice in the matter for some people, but you're kind of, you come when you come, I suppose, for most peeps. And you can do as much scheduling as you want ahead of time. It doesn't always work out that way. If you're like, oh, I'm going to have a baby that's born on June 28th or June 25th, right in the middle of the year, very hard to choose that. Here's the other side of this if you're curious what that looks like. Know someone whose birthday is Christmas? That would be the worst. Yeah, it could always, I think that would be the worst birthday. Because nobody is thinking about your birthday on that day. That's the day where Santa Claus comes. If you've been good, that is. I don't know if he's coming for some of you guys this year, from what I've seen. But man, we're almost done with bag 7. Cranking it. Well, I would say that most people probably build this in like one sitting if they're live streaming it. I'm like, let me do 2 bags. That's okay. We build our own pace. I try to find time for these things. And I kind of love this as a solo build to do a little bit each day. I've been live streaming it, trying to see what that's like, contemplating live streaming going into the new year. I feel like January is this month where I'm going to experiment with new things, like finding a piece that I don't see here. Does anyone see I should have 2 of these. Did I put it somewhere else it wasn't supposed to be? Is it still in the bag? Oh, you little weasel. There you go. I've got this dream or idea of doing, I like to do things daily. I can't just do something where it's just like once or twice or whatever. Let me try to switch this up. I like to do things where it's like every day or every weekday or something like that. And I was thinking maybe for next year, seeing what it'd be like to live stream every day. Just like whatever I'm working on that day, it would hold me accountable to get things done and also create some nice content that people could rely on to keep them occupied and such. So I'm like debating it. I don't know. Is it better just to make regular videos? So I'm just doing this as like a trial run, see how I feel about it. And then maybe we do that next year, which next year is weeks away. Is this actually gonna sit on here? Let's see what this is like, putting a roof on. I did not mention that in the intro to my video that we'd be building a roof, but we did. There we go. How about that? Let's put the doors down, give it a better effect. Starting to come together there, eh? You can start to tell what it was. Okay, we got a couple black pieces left here. Let's figure out where these go, if anywhere. Until we get to the end where inevitably is like, have pieces left over, then you have to go on a scavenger hunt to figure out where they go. Don't tell me that's never happened to you. Any Lego YouTubers or vloggers inspire you? I would definitely, my favorite Lego YouTuber is Jabbo. I just love the personal nature of the videos and sharing, you know, what his interests and what he's into. I think I've made that pretty clear over the years. Vlogging, like, the weird thing is I don't really watch, I was thinking about this the other day. I don't really watch any vlogs. I'm like, it's bizarre to be a vlogger, I guess you'd call me that, and to not really watch many vlogs, but I did find a guy that he's like doing some travel stuff, which I'm really inspired by. But most of the stuff that I like watching is like kind of like voiceover stuff that's very long. So I don't know. Do you guys have any recommendations for people that I should watch or inspirations that I could come across? I'm definitely going to need some inspiration when it comes to organizing my Lego stuff, because that's going to be what's happening next year. I've talked about that at length. I might try to see if there's a group of people that do nothing but organize, and then I'll get some pro tips from them. But there we go. There's the car. I like it. We got a little back window there. Shall we do another bag? What do you guys say? Shall we continue on? Shall I get a drink? I always like to crack a cold one in between builds. Let's go do that. We'll take an intermission here. You can leave a like on the video. Make sure you have that done. Make sure you're doing whatever it is that people do. Should we go with, we'll go with some Dr. Zevia today. I was feeling spicy at the grocery store. I was like, are we going, I've been switching to Zevia. It's an acquired taste. It's probably not very good to most people, but it has no sugar, no calories. It's made with stevia, and it doesn't have like aspartame and all the terrible stuff that normal soda has. It's not even colored. So like this would be the equivalent of Dr. Pepper essentially, right? And it's clear. And it tastes like, this is probably my favorite one. I also got grape, which we've been drinking. Let's get a crack here. I'm gonna get the audio for you. Ready? That's nice. I use this as my drinking time. Drinking and Legoing. Great idea for a video series. Bag 8, everyone, shall we? I didn't hear you mention that guy's name in the podcast. I have to look it up. I forget what his name is. YouTube just keeps recommending all of his vids to me, and I'm watching them all. It's this guy. He's like, well, there was this guy that was traveling across the United States with his buddy from LA to Maine and then back again. That's what I got into last week. And he was doing it on a motorcycle and taking photos along the way. And I was just like so interested in this guy's travels. But then YouTube's like, oh, you like travel videos, huh? How about this guy who lives out of his car and then goes on these amazing adventures all over the place. In fact, he's gone to like Europe, and he's done it on e-bike. He's actually doing a video series, the one I'm watching now, which is from months ago. He's traveling to Ukraine on an e-bike, going to the war zone. It's crazy. So I'll have to make a list. Maybe in this episode of Missing Pieces, the podcast, I'll try to write down these names of these peeps so I can give them proper recognition. I guess that's a vlog series I've been watching. But yeah, YouTube's been really good to me lately. In fact, I think I talked about this a few days ago. I haven't drinking and Legoing. You like that for a series? I got to be careful with the message though, eh? We got some impressionable youth that watch, and I don't want to lead them astray, but when I speak of drinking, we're talking about Zevia, our new sponsor. Thank you. I don't like to drink too much because I feel like the mic's too close to me, and when I swallow that, it sounds absolutely diabolical on the stream. I watched yesterday's back just to see like what the quality was like, and I was like, oh, good golly. Here, I'll be quiet. Listen to this. Prepare to be revolted. If you're revolted, you leave a like. Okay, I'm done. I promise I won't do that again. I promise. I don't promise. So, if we do this next year, the only way I'm going to survive it, I've determined. How deep are we into this right now? Oh, perfect. Like 25 minutes. I'm thinking we got to have a hard limit of 30 minutes if I'm going to do this next year. If I do this every day, it's either I'm not going to stream at all or I have to do it every day. There's no in between. But if I'm going to do it every day, I gotta set a limit on it. I can't get carried away with this because I'm going to get so freaking burnt out. Like, if you want to hear yourself talk for an hour straight, that's great. But holy smokes, to do that every day, you're going to be so bored of what I have to say. You might already be. That's possible, and that's fair. I wouldn't blame you. Oh, we got some interior in here. I think it's kind of like a little goal of mine. And I feel like I'm in a rare position where I could actually pull it off because I don't know if you've noticed, I don't really have a life. I don't really have one. I'm in the no life gang. Colin, he's also in it. He says, finally made it to live stream. Actually, he's in the life gang because he's the first time he's been here. Hope all is well. Can't wait for the Christmas Day vlog. I hope it's good. I mean, I don't really care if it's good or not. It's just going to be our Christmas. And I'm gonna just hopefully set up a camera and let Clarkman open up all of his gifts, and that'll be a video. I kind of do like an afterwards one where it's us playing with all this stuff, because that's just the beginning. We go from, like, we get up pretty early. We're like early birds. I know to some people that seems crazy to like get out of bed early. Even on Christmas, like people sleeping in. How do you get your kids to sleep in? Because I remember when I was little, it was like the most agonizing thing because my parents were like, I'd wake them up and then they're like, okay, you got to wait at the top of the stairs. I'm going to go down and get our coffee and get all, set up or whatever. And you're just like sitting there waiting, dude. And I'm like, so then they get their coffee and go into the living room and then, they get the camera out or whatever. And then you start shredding. And then 10 minutes later, Christmas morning is over, but there's a lot more to do, which is to play with all this stuff. And I looked at Clarkman's list before Santa Claus came and got it. I looked at his list and it's full of some pretty darn good stuff. And if you're a Lego enthusiast, oh my gosh, it's gonna be good. Now, he didn't have a lot on his list. You may have noticed that Clarkman is a kid that he doesn't want for much. He's doing pretty well, if you're wondering. In fact, it's led to many people claiming that Clark is spoiled, which, fair assessment, but I've always said that being spoiled is more about the way you act as opposed to the items that you have. There's a way that spoiled people can be that if Clark were ever like that, we'd have a real problem, and he's never been like that. Always appreciative, but he does have a lot of stuff. So much so that it's like, does he need any more? But there were some things that he was very interested in, so it's on the list. And we just got to wait until Santa and the elves start coming. In fact, we have a tradition in our house where the elves, they start appearing. Well, the elves watch out, right? And I don't know if this happens all over the place or if it's just unique to us, but the elves are always watching and making sure you're being good. And if you are, on December 20th, which is just a few days from now, they start delivering little items into the stockings. And, we'll have to keep a lookout for that. But Clark saw elf tracks on our deck last year. So very clearly they were here. And Cody, I think, even may have seen one at one point. So, yeah, Roxy's probably going to see him too. She doesn't go up the stairs anymore. So when the elves come, I hope they're not afraid of Chocolate Labs because they're going to have to walk right past her to deliver the gifts. But it'll be a fun experience. And of course, I'll get some video of that too, of the elf gifts as they're called. But I'm curious to see if there'll be any Lego stuff in there. It's the perfect early morning gift opening, so we'll have to see. You guys asked for a dash? No, you didn't? Okay, well, we got one. There you go. Elf on a Shelf, I've heard of. We've never done it. What is the premise of Elf on a Shelf? I know does he move every day? We've never done the Elf on a Shelf. But does he move? Or is it like, is he always just watching? And then like, if you're good, then you start getting Christmas gifts. I don't know the premise of Elf on a Shelf, but I know it's a super popular thing. But the Elf on the Shelf has never come to our house. Preston says, grew up watching your videos a few years ago and I'm 25 years old. What? I literally, some of these moments that you do with Clark, with the builds, my dad and I built a lot while I was in ATL for surgeries. That's great, man. I'm glad you guys built together. Not Elf on a Shelf. Is it bad? Tell me the story. What's the backstory on Elf on a Shelf? I don't think it was even a thing when I was young. I feel like that's a much later thing. But I have seen like parents aren't huge fans of the elf. Maybe he's mischievous. Oh, it has a whole book you read. Okay. So there's some lore, some Elf on the Shelf lore. I don't know, dude. I feel like I just like the elves, instead of like being all creepy and standing on a shelf in our house, I kind of like how they just come mysteriously and drop off gifts and then leave. Oh, they make messes. Oh, I did see, did you see the video of the girl that the elves wrote on her face? It was a awesome video. She was, I think she was from Ireland. She's like, they drew on my face. Pardon the accent. She's like, I have to go to school. I think that was the girl. Classic. The whole Christmas thing is so different for me. We have Sinterklaas, which is Santa's brother. Oh, is he a jolly soul too? Or is he mischievous like the elves? I feel like Santa would have should have a brother that he does nothing but like bad stuff. Like he's like the Grinch. Maybe he has like a villain origin story where he was Santa's brother and then they like had a falling out or something, or Santa was the favorite son and he was given all of the tasks of being the new Santa gift delivery person. And then the other brother, almost like Scar from Lion King, was all upset and angry about it. So then he set out to destroy everyone and everything related to Christmas. I feel like that could be a movie. Write that down. Krampus is evil Santa. I feel like I've seen Krampus was he in Call of Duty or something? Running around? I don't know. Got to show us the backlog you got. I've got some big sets in the backlog. That's basically all that's left. It's all big stuff. Clark and I have been cranking. Like this didn't even go in the backlog. The Tuxedo Cat, who got built today or finished today, didn't go in the backlog, and it feels freaking awesome. Is this what it's like when you buy Lego sets and you actually build them right away? What have I been missing out on my whole entire life? No, there's no reason to buy a Lego set and to not build it right away. I wish I would have told myself that years ago, but I just had so much stuff. Mail time did not help with that either. Like, it was insane. Like, it was way too much. And I'm thankful to like have this dialed back now where I'm still overwhelmed by the Storage Room of Doom. That's definitely something that's on my mind and gonna like change the trajectory of next year. But it's not as bad as it once was. And it's really not that bad. Like this is definitely something we can get through without any problems. I think I always call it a good problem to have. Like if you're gonna, wait, am I supposed to have two of those? Oh, there it is. If you're gonna have the problem of having too many Lego sets, I can't think of a better problem. But there's some stuff that I might be selling next year. I set a goal where I'm gonna have a smaller Lego collection in 2025 than I do now, with still buying and building sets. So what goes in must go out. It's kind of like, say you have a closet full of clothes, and there more clothes than you'd ever wear. That's kind of where I'm at with Lego. So I feel like if something comes in or something goes on display, something must simultaneously also go out. I think that would be good. What isn't good is, oh, there it is. I thought I was missing that piece. Cancel that. Everything's good. All right. You can't even see what I'm building. Let me get you down here. Can you see that okay? He's from Spain and visits the 5th of December, only in a few countries. So he's already come then. Sinterklaas. He's already done for the year. It's interesting. Thoughts on the F1 CMF cursed buildable driver cars? Are they cursed? I don't think they're that bad. I do think it's crazy how hardcore Lego's going with F1 next year. Definitely a bigger thing internationally than it is here in the US, I feel like. But I think they're going to do really well. I don't mind them. I'm just trying to figure out, these just sit in here? Oh, okay, I see. I'm trying to figure out which scale of F1 car I want to get next year. I don't know whether I want to go with those ones that are like Speed Champion style, the ones that are slightly bigger than that are like $80, or if I want to go crazy and get the Technic one that is massive. But I watched a review on it, and the guy said something that I like can't unsee now. I don't love this shot. I'm just always fighting the shots here. He was talking about the back tires of the F1 car, the Technic one, and how the back tire should be much wider than the front one. And they're the same size. And when you think about it in a Formula One car, the back tires are way bigger. And it's like, now that I've seen that, I can't unsee it, and it really kind of bothers me. This piece I don't have in my collection, I don't think. DB says, I'm a huge F1 fan, so next year is going to be insanely expensive. Not too keen on those CMF cars, though. Let me look at them. I'll bring one up so we can see. Lego F1 CMF cars. Is that the one with the little drivers inside? I want to see what they look like. Go to images. Oh, they're like little pullbacks. Here, here's one photo of one. Try to show it to you. Yeah. Not something I really need in my life. I like the bigger stuff better. I don't think I'm going to go with this one, though. That's like the huge 10-pack. That's just too much money. I don't want to drop $280 on F1 cars. But I was thinking about, like, here's like a picture. I was thinking about getting that Ferrari there. I thought that'd be really sick. But if you look at the tires, the back should be bigger than the front. At least in my mind, that's how F1 cars are. But that one's pretty cool. There's also that Red Bull one. But then you can get like the smaller ones. I'm doing this like the most ghetto way possible. There's like a Speed Champions version of that. So if you didn't want to go all in on Technic, that would be an option. And I kind of like that. But again, the tires are small in the back. Maybe I'm on drugs. I don't know. I do know if I'm on drugs or not, which I'm not. But I feel like the back tire should be wider. There's the Red Bull one, which is not the Technic one. But yeah, there's a little Red Bull one. There's just so much more detail there. How much are these little ones going to be, these CMF ones? If that's $5, I'm absolutely out. Now, for F1 fans, I'm sure you would enjoy it, and I have no issues with that, but I don't know, not for me. I just got to decide if I want to build the big Technic one. My backlog's saying no. Or if I want to build the Speed Champions. But I do want to kind of get into them and experiment with them a little bit. I haven't built a Speed Champions in a little while. So I feel like it's probably time that I go back in. I don't like that the Speed Champions set costs $26.99 instead of $19.99. I know. That's also a predicament, eh? Vote with your wallet. Is $26.99 worth it? I don't know. I guess it depends how big of a fan you are. I'm looking at it like I kind of have other fish to fry, but I at least want to experiment with one of them. So maybe I'll get one, build it, see what it's like. And being that I'm probably not going to put it on display, I might just sell it as a used car right after that. And hopefully maybe one of you guys would want to buy my used Ferrari F1 car. Or if not, someone else on eBay hopefully will. And I'll only lose a little bit of money, and then we can do it again with something else. That's the plan. Or if I really love it, I'll just keep it. Whoa, what did I do here? What did I do? Oh, this got flipped around. I'm getting all mixed up here. Okay, that goes like that. Does it get flipped around? Yeah, it moves like that. This is some wild angulations on this. This is going to look really cool. Bear with me here as I find my pieces to put onto this. Yeah, that's the one. I've been seeing this piece like all over the place thanks to... Did I even have that on there right? Yeah, we're all good there. Doesn't help that I'm like skipping steps. I'm terrible at multitasking. I should not. be that guy that live streams himself building Lego sets. But I think I got this. These corner pieces, this is something that they were doing on the cat that I really liked too. Let me show this off. I was like, interesting. See how that corner comes down like that? That's cool. That wide piece there that kind of matches that's neat too. This should be down though. There we go. That's neat looking. You get a nice angle. Nice little edge. Okay. Let's see if we have to build any more of that, or if that, oh, that's the front fender. That's just going on. That's cool. Okay, let's make sure we put this on the right way. Like that, and it sits there like that. Very cool. Okay. We got a little bit more. It's really starting to look like a car now. Look at that sweeping edge. It's like, and then the door there. I like it. I'm in. You're like, Greg, it's just a Lego car. I'm like, it's a Countach. It's a Countach. Oh, we got people agreeing about this set being too expensive. Here's your time. Vote with your wallet. Not enough people talk about it. One of my biggest gripes about Lego, you don't even understand. Almost $30 for a car? They legit upped it $2 the year after they changed. Vote with your wallet. Hopefully other people do too. If they sit on the shelf forever, the Lego will be like, okay, we tried that. That didn't work. But I fear that the fan base is just, it's too rabid. And it's going to sell, and then Lego's going to be like, okay, we can keep doing that. I would love a deal. Like pretty much the only time I buy, here's what you do. Wait for a gift with purchase. And then buy a bunch of stuff that you like. And then you either have a free gift with purchase, which offsets the cost, or you sell the gift with purchase, which offsets the cost. Because otherwise, like you're waiting for clearance. And in my case, recently at least, the last few years, Lego clearance is hard to come by. It's like the bottom of the barrel stuff, if you can even find stuff for like 50% off. So I'm just being more selective about what I buy. And if you think that they're too expensive, dude, I don't think many people are going to be disagreeing with you times that Lego is expensive, but the best thing to do is just don't buy it. Even if you want to. Give them a message that they'll understand. And then I sit here and I'm like, why am I not in the LAN? Imagine a LAN person saying that. Can you imagine? They're just like, yeah, it's expensive. Vote with your wallet, don't buy it. They're like instantly kicked. But I've always been a bargain buyer, so myself and Lego prices, they have never really gotten along, and it hasn't gotten any better with all the price increases as of late. But I always think, I'm angry right now though. Not about Lego prices so much as, and I don't even know if this will show up on camera, but this kind of bothers me. This piece right here, you can't really tell, but it is like dingier than the rest of these. And I don't know, you can't see it at all. Like this camera, and that one is too. These curved ones are like, they're not the right shade of white. Like that one and that one and that one, I feel like they're not quite right. Again, you can't see it. Like I'm trying to show this in real life. Maybe it's my imagination, but like that's pointing out to me is like not the right color. It's not something I think anyone would be like, what's going on there? But I definitely see it. It kind of bothers me a little bit. I'm sure like all these are probably all made in different locations or whatever, or in different machines, and maybe the mix gets off a little bit. Not gonna break my heart, but still something to note. Lego paid $180. Paid $180 for this. I want to buy the Titanic and the Millennium Falcon, but they are both extremely expensive. You have expensive taste in Lego sets. Holy smokes. Yeah, look at that. It's your boy back again with the Countach. Build amusement park stuff. No, I'm going to finish this thing. Not today, of course. I can't make it that easy on you. Where does this go exactly? You don't get it that easy where I just build a Lego set and have it done. This has got to be a 75-day affair where we just keep working at it all day, every day. Also known as like 1 hour each day. And then eventually the set gets done and it's beautiful and it goes on display and I look at it all the time and I'm just thankful to have it. That's life goals there with the Countach build. Is that good? Yeah, we're good there. Oh, let me get a shot for you there if you're just tuning in. I know my camera work sucks, but we'll show you the back. This is some of what we got done today. Looking good. We got fenders or quarter panels. That's definitely a fender there. So we're working our way towards the front of this now. They just have you building like the whole outside of it, and I'm loving it. Brought to you by McDonald's. We got a roof too. We got a roof. How about that? How's the Clark man? He's good. He's at school. He's waiting, just like most of you probably that are still in school, to be done for Christmas break. We've got today, which is almost over. We got tomorrow, and then Friday. And after Friday, he's a free man all the way until like January 5th. I think Christmas is falling on the perfect time this year. You know, like sometimes you have to go to school for, I don't know, like Monday and Tuesday leading up to Christmas, then you're off after that. Whereas this year with Christmas falling on a Wednesday, they don't have them going in on Monday or Tuesday, which is probably, I'm assuming, similar for most schools. So he just has finished out this week, has all of next week off, like from Saturday all through that week. And then I think the next week off too, if I've done the math on that properly. So like usually, like sometimes he has to go back right after his birthday, which would be January 3rd, but I think he has off all the way, or January 2nd, then he has off all the way until the 5th or something, so it's pretty cool. I'll stop asking you for amusement park building, but I love when you and Clark build MOCs and stuff from your own imaginations. That's what I want to do next year. I've talked about it here, probably more than what people care to hear. But Clark is just obsessed with making his own stuff out of Lego. He loves it. And he's like an inspiration to me, honestly. That I think that is the true purpose of Lego. Like, this is great. I love seeing designs that people come up with and being amazed by it. But there is something really cool about just going into your collection and like having a thing that you want to build from your mind, or maybe you get inspired by a picture or something. And then you're like, I'm going to build that. And then you do. And it's so neat. So that's where I want to go with Lego. I don't know how successful I'll be at it. Probably not very. But at the very least, we can give it a shot. And I think more important than me sharing amazing builds, which are going to be far and few between probably, I think my job is going to be to try to convince people that being creative with Lego can be fulfilling and that you can enjoy the parts that you have and that you already have in your collection. Wait, is that going to work? Do I have this built properly? Okay, let me make sure this is right. I think you can be like an encouragement for other people out there to like do cool stuff with Lego. Because Clark is encouraging, Clark is inspiring me, and maybe through our videos we can inspire other people to do stuff like that. Not saying that'll be successful either, but maybe, I don't know, you see a father-son building stuff and it's not impressive, it's even more impressive because it's like, oh, these guys are just making stuff that they like and having a good time. I think I'm going to try that too. I don't need to go out and buy that $27 Speed Champion set. I'm not in the land. Here's why. I don't need to go out and buy that $27 Speed Champion set. I've got lots of Lego pieces that I can do a whole bunch with and have fun with and see what we can turn it into. And when we're done with that, instead of having all this Lego stuff that we have to manage and take care of, all we're going to do is break it down and build something else out of it. I think that is just an awesome idea and a good premise for the future of the channel. But first, I got to get all my parts organized and sorted out. So that's going to be what I'm spending a lot of time doing solo-wise. And then I feel like when Clark comes home, then we can go crazy with the builds. I think that'll be really fun. I've never felt the same feeling of finishing a MOC compared to a set. There's just nothing like the pride of your own creation. Yeah, I think it not only, like there's that pride, but also it helps your, like your self-worth too in some ways, right? Like you're like, I did that. I accomplished that. I built a 3-foot tall Olaf. And how cool is that, man? So I'm proud of all the MOC builders. I see photos like on Reddit of things people make, and I'm just like, that is so freaking awesome. You guys are so creative. I'm a little jealous, you know, but you got to get started somewhere. Just like if you want to be an artist or whatever, You're not just gonna like pick up a pencil and be the greatest artist that's ever existed. You gotta work towards it. And if it's something that you want, it's very easy to work towards, even if you're just making a little progress at a time. Oh, here comes the front of the car. That was in fact a, man, I'm gonna crash the Lambo. Look at that. It's cool, eh? It's so nice that that's not a sticker. Thank you, Lego. We're sitting here bashing Lego's prices. I'm like, thank you for not making that a sticker. That would have, I mean, it would have been okay as a sticker, I think, but the fact that that's printed, it'll never come off, and it's perfectly centered, brings me joy. So much joy. Let's make sure we put this on right. That's just like the little front area here. I think this thing would hold up well in a crash. Like, there's all kinds of reinforcement here. I think a drop test on this wouldn't have any problems. Oh no! I did it again. We've got parts left over. Should not have these. Let's play the game of what step did I skip? Let's go back in time. What step did I decide that I just wasn't going to do or skip that part of? I think every bag that I've done so far, I've had pieces left over. Definitely a me thing. I just call them extras. That person's head explodes that was in the chat the other day that helped me fix my Countach seat. Oh, okay. I guess I built that thing and then I just was like, nah, I'm not gonna do that part. All right, where's it go? Like right here, I guess. Yeah, it doesn't look the same anymore because we have parts in there. But that's just gonna sit there like that. And we have officially defeated bag 7 and 8, my friends. You survived it. You survived my live stream. That's quite the accomplishment within itself. Hear me ramble on about all the things that's running through my mind on any given day. It's fun. I enjoy doing this. Should I do it next year? Why is that coming off? They don't build Lambos like they used to, my friends. There we go. Just got to do a little scrunching. That scrunches down and in a little bit, it seems. God, that's sick. Imagine, you don't really have to imagine, you can see it right there. Imagine what this is gonna look like when it's done. Oh my goodness for myself. It's really coming together. Like you can tell that this is a car now. Before, like day one, it was just like a blob. And then we got seats, and then we got an engine, then we got whatever these are. We got doors, we got fenders, we got the front area. Looking pretty darn squared off. Very 80s style, very cool. So that's where we're at. Let's take a little preview here. If you have any questions, complaints, throw them in the chat there and I'll try to hit them up before we leave here. Let's take a look and see what we got going on. We have to fast forward a lot. We've got to fast forward through all of this. I already built that. The joy of going back in time, eh? There we go, bag 9. What is that? Let's see. Okay, we're building like this area right here. The hood. The frunk. It's a frunk. Dude. Tomorrow's gonna be good. I can't wait to see what that looks like. Please tell me that we get the area over the headlight. It's gonna be awesome. Dang, okay. This, oh my gosh, this thing's really coming together. Tomorrow's episode, I gotta hype it up because I need you to come back. It's gonna be a good one. This car is gonna be almost complete. Bag 11, that's the one that I'm gonna keep secret from you. We're just gonna go through 10 tomorrow, which will take us to here. And then I'm gonna keep bag 11 a secret, and then I'm gonna finish the video, and then you'll see it complete in the video, because why would you watch the video if you see it in the stream? So we'll continue 2 bags each day. Tomorrow we're gonna end with bag 10, finishing the whole front end of this, and then 11 I'm gonna come back and just like knock out myself. I'll probably do it right after the stream actually. I'm just punishing you as a loyal viewer of the streams. We'll finish it up and then we'll have a completed Countach. To go up with the Ferrari, I'm curious to see what these look like together. I feel like the scale of this might be a little too big, but have our exotic car collection. Mark says, looks cool, my wallet is already fearing my decision. Dude, don't watch anyone that's passionate about the set they're building. It's a huge mistake because what's gonna happen is I'm gonna build this and I'm gonna love it, and then you're gonna be like, I wasn't interested before. This has happened to me. But I think I'm going to get that. I'm going to put like a viewer discretion warning on this before people watch, because I don't want you to accidentally spend $180 on Lego because of me. That would not be good. People have said that before, and I'm like, sorry to your wallet for what I've done. Viewer discretion advised. Set may be expensive, but RIP your wallet. And it's okay though, because in my opinion, January 2025, they don't have the best sets coming out. So you could go back in time and do the DeLorean. Now, get this instead. Don't get the DeLorean. This is a great one. Chris says, earth-shattering question. Five Guys or pizza? You kidding me, Chris? Pizza all day. Plus, you can get like a large pizza, like a large original Italian pizza, for probably about the cost of a hamburger, fries, and a drink from Five Guys. So, if you want to talk about destroying your wallet like Mark's, there you go. Eggstream says, thank you, Lego, for including 25 stickers on my $27 Speed Champion based on actual events. That's what you're paying for. You understand? Like, it's not the set you're paying for. You're paying for the stickers. The more stickers, the higher price it is. So you want 50 stickers, it's got to be a $50 set. That's just the way it works around here. You want 100 stickers, we got to bump the price to 100. You got to pay for the stickers. DB says, we'll be at another local Lego show straight after Christmas. Some of the MOCs and displays we've come up with are amazing. Would love to have the time, money, and space to do the same. Get some pictures. I want to see what they come up with. I hate stickers. Understandable. Here's a great set for you. I'll go into my salesman mode. I go from telling you don't buy Lego to buy a Countach. No, don't, unless you really love it. But wait until my video, because I'll tell you the scoop on it and whether you'll like it too. I'm a little partial to these style of vehicles. I like the scale of them. I just think they're so cool. And this one is no exception. I've skipped the last few. Oh my gosh. The door function is crazy. I didn't realize what the doors were going to do until the front fender. Oh my, I got to show it off now. You guys thought we were done. You thought I was leaving. We are going to keep this under an hour though. I don't want to scare off potential viewers who are like, oh my goodness, an hour of this guy? No, thank you. Watch the door. That's why that hinge is there. Like yesterday I was just doing a thing where I flipped it up, but it not only moves up, but moves out too. Do you see that? Right there is probably the most impressive part of it. That's cool. Maybe you're not even seeing what I'm talking about, but like that right down inside there. The way that comes up, because if you were to just have this on a hinge, that wouldn't open, it would be stuck. But because that's in there, you can move the door like that. There you go. That's where to see it the best. So it's up, and then you start coming back like that. And see how that gap's there? That enables that gap to go away. Oh, is it going to go down by itself? Not so much, but that's cool. Dang it, Lego. Why do you make such awesome stuff, and why can't I turn the steering wheel anymore? The steering wheel is completely invisible. Do I have that too far forward? Something seems not right about that being so far out. I don't love that. Maybe that's the way it's supposed to be. Yeah, I guess there's no other way. Can't even see the inside of it anymore. Oh well. There you go, my friends. That is today's stream. I hope you enjoyed this one. Coming along with me on my journey in building the Lamborghini Countach. I'm of course going to be back tomorrow to wrap up this series. I hope you enjoyed it and the conversation around it. It's just a building chat. What did we call it earlier? Drinking and building? That's what it'll be. Drinking and building with Brickitect. We drink, we build, we laugh, we cry about Lego prices and stickers, but most of all, we have a great time with everybody, and I had a great time with you. So on that, I hope you guys have a glorious rest of your day, and we'll see you tomorrow for the conclusion of the Countach.